Alright you guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. We've got nice coffee, we've got 3 questions from you guys. I want to thank you, one and all, for all your questions, all your support, all the likes, shares, comments, subscribes, everything you guys have ever given me. I want to thank you before we get into this. You know, without you, without questions like this, I wouldn't have a channel. So I want to say, if you do have any questions, never ever hesitate to ask. I'm always going to read it. Every single question I read, every single comment I read, I'll either type back a quick answer on YouTube, or recently I've been taking the best questions, or at least the questions that have the most upvotes, and making them into videos like this one. So if you want to see more of that, keep upvoting those comments. If you ever see questions that you want answered, press like. If I see 5, 10 likes on a question, I will most definitely make a video about it, just like this one. But in the meantime, sit back, let's roll the intro and get into it.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all.
Alright, first question, a really good one. From Nick Mendel. Why did you move to Australia? Bro. Alright bro, good question. I've actually mentioned it probably a couple of times in the past, especially in the one video that I talked about my financial journey from age 18, unemployed, in debt, to age 25 here in Australia, and basically a property investor, or I've bought 2 properties. So in 7 years I went from 0, or less than 0, to where I'm at now. So there was a definite switch, a definite change in attitude, definite change in mindset, and that happened when I moved to Australia. So what happened? New Zealand was all good, it was fine for my whole entire childhood, all the way up until I got to university. And I went to uni and I went head first into 2 degrees. I went and did a double degree. It was going to take me 5 years, and I got fucking 5 months into it and decided, nah, I can't do this. You know, I was 19, I thought, I'm going to get out of here when I'm 25 if I don't fail any papers. The 2 degrees that I started were commerce, which I always knew I was going to do, because I knew, you know, I was good with figures. I knew I wanted to not necessarily run my own business, but at least get the knowledge around that. Very early on I realized that the things that I'm learning in school aren't really going to help me in the real world. So I went through school straight A student until I got to the age of 15, you know, and then I started not being so naive and started realizing that schools are a business. After this 5 years of high school, I'm going to be expected to go into uni, do another 5 years of study, and then I'll come out into the workforce at age 24, 25, and I may not even use my degree for what I want to do. So anyways, I went with the masses, I went to university, I started 2 degrees, but I didn't stay. So I left halfway through 2010, I was 19, I had no money, I had a debt to a car that I didn't have anymore because I crashed it whilst I was drunk. No insurance, 10 grand loan at age 18, a fucking shit job. I left my job for uni, I left uni, I couldn't get my job back, it was all too much. So my mum saw that happening, she came and talked to me, as a mum should. She said, look, I'm going to buy you a ticket, I'm going to give you 800 bucks and send you on your way to Alice Springs, Australia, where you can get a job in a week. No doubt. Jobs that I was applying for at the time in Christchurch were paying, fuck, I'd be lucky to get 30 grand a year. I came here to Australia, not only is the exchange rate better, I managed to land a job straight away for 45 grand. And that is what got me to stay here. So, I can remember, even after being here for like 4 or 6 weeks, my option that I was going to take was stay here, pay off my car, go back to New Zealand as soon as I can, and join the army. That was my plan, no shit. And I wanted to join the army so much that I even applied for the Australian army. I got rudely reminded that I'm not actually eligible to fight for Australia, effectively. And I'm like, well, what does ANZAC mean? Australia New Zealand Army Corps. Surely New Zealanders would be eligible to join the Australian Army, Australia would be eligible to join New Zealand. Apparently not. So for me to join the army, I would have had to move back to Australia. That was in 2012, I was considering that. And then eventually I got my current job that I'm in now in 2013, and that has carried me through for the last 4.5 years. And here we are. So if I had to say one reason why I left New Zealand, it would be finances. And if I had to say one reason why I haven't gone back, it would be finances. So, you know, I hate to say it, but money does make the world go round. It doesn't make you happy, but it definitely makes things a little bit easier. And so that's why I'm still here. Anyways, but how many minutes in? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? Who knows?